Hello and welcome to art lesson number 2. Today we will be learning about human anatomy, specifically the female. The female human anatomy is quite different from the male, for obvious reasons. It's not the same as the male anatomy. So sort of different curvature, sort of different sensibility. I must say though, I specialize mainly in landscapes, but though it is true, I do sort of mix around, mix and match, and sort of I do come with sort of a steady base in sort of the anatomy side of things. So what we will need, first of all, is a good sturdy set of pencils as such. These are, sorry about that. I like to sort of iron out a little bit and see, yes, this will be adequate. And the very simple thing about the human anatomy, you do it in 2 simple lines. They're very simple. The first line, I hope you can see, it comes over like this. Let me show you. Just like that, that's sort of the outline for the woman's head. Now, the interesting thing about the human anatomy for women, you do the head, and the rest of it is sort of an oval around the original head shape. So I'll line it out for you, and you'll see sort of what I mean. Now, here it is. See, like just as this. Though it might seem a little vague at first, but everything starts with the line. Sort of everything. I'll show you a painting I did, and it started with a very similar process to this one. I mostly do landscapes. This one I started very much the same, a simple outline, and as you see, as I start to fill in the very minute details, you'll see sort of a woman arise, sort of from the page. The nose is very subtle nose for a woman, and the smile is just faint, as if it's not even there. It's just little wispy, and then there we go. And the hair is such essential. So this is what I sort of have so far on this one, as I'll show you in a minute. This is more of an elegant sort of an elegant woman. And the thing is, now I'm going to add the breasts. So don't get a little, pornographic or naughty. And it's the breasts are specifically for realistic purpose. We have to capture the entire beauty. Let me sort of hold you there for a minute. I'll do the drawing, and you sort of have a general basic outline on how to proceed, and sort of I'll show you the finished product. How does that sound? Of course, I've got my trusty eraser. No, one can never erase too much, I'll tell you that. And also, a simple tip, when you go with the outline, think of it more of a guideline. Don't sort of let it stick. You sort of change things around. It's better that way. I'll show you what I've got so far. Make sure you're sketching very lightly, and sort of take a look at what I've got so far. Sort of getting better now, as you see. I'll continue. I find Mozart goes quite well with drawing the female anatomy. I find music really helps a lot. Music is great. I tend to use this to draw. This is my singing bowl. So what you can do with this is, it's sort of an inspiration. You hit it once, and you could actually draw, because the transfers energy into the device. So sort of. And I'm not even looking, and still look what came up. I wasn't even looking. It's still art, because the music inspires it, sort of. No, I don't like that. Sorry, I don't like her bosoms right now. I have to correct those. Funny sort of story I mentioned earlier, not to use this sort of thing for pornography purposes, but to be true, I do tend to sort of draw most of my own material, in which I sort of And oh, when sketching the female's parts, make sure not to include any camel's toe. It's not very classy. It's not classy. It's not classy. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. I don't want to show you quite yet, but she's coming along quite well. And we're calling her Ethel. That's a very sophisticated name for a woman. Yes, actually my first girlfriend's name was Ethel, and she was quite a womanly woman. Sort of goes on like that for about 14 minutes or so, and then sort of continues after that for another 2 or 3 minutes. But at that point we turn the singing bowl upside down and sort of go this body Monday sort of and for that one you can of course make your own words, so I sort of used my sort of regular vernacular. So Ethel is almost complete. I wish I could teach you more, really. I really wish I could teach you more about art, but it's hard to do other than to say you make a general outline, you outline something generally, and then you sort of draw from your emotion, from the spirit, from the energy, and you sort of just find it. And that's what I have done here. And I hope you've learned, I hope you've taken away, I hope you've learned something. Really, I hope you've taken away a little bit of a lesson sort of on the human anatomy. And I'll leave you with the finished product of Ethel. Thank you very much. My name is Jim Bven. Take care.
Stars and fairs and stars.